Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Sammy Ketchum, and welcome back to Sammy Ketchum TCG. Today, we are going to be taking a look at a Tortera deck from Brilliant Stars. All right. I have been testing this deck over the past week, and so far it's kind of meh right now, but I will keep testing this deck and keep making changes to it and keep updating it to see where I can go with it, because I think this card is amazing. I think this card is amazing. And in this video, I'm going to show you why this card is amazing. You know, ran in with the way that it's being ran and in this type of deck. So yeah. So when we come back, we will get to it. Alright guys, we are back. And let's go ahead and talk about this Tortera deck. Alright, 4 copies of Tortera. Alright. It has 190 HP. Alright. It is weak to fire. Honestly, that really doesn't matter if you're only taking one prize. I mean, now, if you're going up against another one prize deck, then okay. But in this heavy V format, it's not really going to matter. You know, its first attack, which is basically the attack that we're actually going to be using the most, for a grass and a colorless energy. What this attack does, it does 50 damage times the amount of evolution cards you have in play that are on your side of the field. Alright? So if you have 6 evolution Pokemon in play, that's 300 damage. Alright? You add a choice belt to this, that's 330. You're now one-shotting VMAXs. So this is very, very good. Its next attack for 1 grass and 3 colorless, it just does a straight 160. And that's terrible. That is a garbage attack. We will never use that attack. But the first attack, yeah, the first attack is fire. Or should I say the first attack is grass. Oh, man. Or is that gas? Yeah, gas. 3 copies of the Grotle, or Grotile, or whatever you call them. We basically play like 3 of these for its ability. Alright? Now, normally we wouldn't play like a stage 1 line, like a heavy stage 1 line, but this deck does because of its ability. Basically, what this ability does is that once during your turn, you can search your deck for a grass Pokemon from your deck and add it to your hand. So you get to search your deck for a grass Pokemon and add it to your hand. Grass type Pokemon added to your hand. So you could get a basic, you could get evolutions, you can go Grotle, get another Grotle, use the other Grotto to get another Grotto, and then use that Grotto to get a Tortera. Or you can use him to get a Tortera or a Turtwig or what have you. You know what I'm saying? Before you evolve him to the second stage, which is really, really, really good. You know, being able to search them out, you know, and having that is just like, it's really good. It's amazing. It keeps you flowing with the amount of grass Pokemon, or I guess you want to say, it keeps you flowing with this line on your bench like every turn. Like if you get knocked out, you play the ordinary rod, a rescue carrier, get them back, search your deck for the evolutions or whatever, evolve them, etc. You just keep the chain going. So that's what I like about him. You know. Alright, 4 copies of the Turtwig. Turtwig really is nothing special. What is it? 80 HP. Honestly, that's pretty high for basic. His attacks, the first one does 10 damage. The second one does 20 damage. They're really crappy. So they don't do anything special. He's just here so you can evolve him. Little Turtwig. Turtwig. Alright. 3 copies of the new Bibarel or Bibarel or whatever you want to call them. Bibarel, Bibarel, Tomato, Tomato, Potato, Potato. Alright. We're going to use Bibarel in this deck for its ability. Alright. Its ability basically lets you draw cards until you have 5 cards in your hand. Alright. So what you want to do is you want to basically get your hand down to a low hand size, maybe like 3, 2, or 1 card, or maybe even no cards in your hand. And then you sit there with Bibarel in the field, and once during your turn you can draw until you have 5 cards in your hand. This is absolutely amazing. So it's like a little draw engine in this deck. You know, so and if you have 2 on the bench, you could do it twice. Or 3 on the bench, you could do it 3 times. You know, get your hand down, drop the 5. You know, use some of the cards in your hand, get your hand down again. You use the second one, draw until you have 5. You know, and then you use some of the other cards in your hand, and then draw until you have 5. So, it is very, very good in like this style type of deck. Three copies of Badoof. Alright. It's just a plain Badoof. Nothing special. 2 colorless, 30 damage. Yeah. It's just here to so you can evolve into Bibarel. Alright. 2 copies of Cherum. Alright. Alright, this Cherum has what, 80 HP? So you can search this out with Level Ball. Alright. We're gonna play Cherum in here for its ability. What's his ability called? Spring Bloom. Yeah, Spring Bloom. Alright. As often as you like during your turn, you can attach as many grass basic energies from your hand to your Pokemon in any way you like. So if you have grass energies in your hand, like let's say you have like 3 grass energies in your hand, As often as you like during your turn, you can attach those energies to your Pokemon. Any of your Pokemon in any way you like. This is really, really good for the Tortera, so you can power him up in like one turn, or get it powered up, you know, easily. I mean, it's only, the first attack only uses 2 energy. So in one turn you can sit here and get 1 powered up, and if you have more energies in your hand, you could start setting up like another one on the bench or something. Alright? So this is a very, very good energy acceleration engine for the deck. Two copies of Cherubi. Alright? And in this deck, we will use this Cherubi. Okay? There is another Cherubi in the Brilliant Stars set. That Cherubi has a bench barrier ability. And it's 10 HP lower. It's 10 HP lower, so it's 40 HP. But honestly, that really that really does not matter at all. And it sucks. So we will not be using that Cherubi. Just letting you know. This is just here to evolve it to the Chirum. Alright. One copy of Manafee. Manafee has the ability, what is it, Water Veil? Alright. It's basically the bench barrier, like bench barrier Mew. Alright. It's in it for its ability. Now, this is pretty amazing. What is it, 70 HP? Yep. Even has more HP than, I think, bench barrier Mew. Alright. So, basically what this does is, this ability prevents all damage done to your bench Pokemon. It prevents damage done to your bench Pokemon from your opponent's attacks. Alright? So, if they try to hit you for like 30 damage, or 50 damage, or 20 damage, or whatever, they cannot do it. They cannot do it. This protects your bench. And the reason why this is important is because decks like Jolteon and Rapid Strike Urshifu, they do damage to the bench. This basically makes it so that, you know, it makes their attacks, you know, I don't want to say obsolete, but less inferior. So yeah, but this does not prevent damage counters. All right, anything that says damage counters on them, they will be able to put those damage counters on your Pokemon. But if it's just like an attack, like straight damage, then this will prevent it. Four copies of Marnie. We all know what Marnie does by now. Three copies of the new Cynthia from the set. I forgot what it was called. It's like Cynthia's Radiance or something like that, or Feelings or something. But what this card does is that you can draw cards until you have 5 cards in your hand. Alright? If your Pokemon was knocked out the turn before, then you draw 8 cards, up to 8 cards instead. So this will allow you to draw like a lot of cards, you know, after one of your Pokemon gets knocked out. You know, since this is a basic deck, like a since this is a basic deck, not like a V deck or anything, your Pokemon are pretty much going to get knocked out just about every single turn. So you're going to end up drawing a lot of cards off of this. Alright? Which is very good. Two copies of Boss's Orders. I honestly want to play another one in here, but the deck space is kind of tight. You know, I'll have to find a way to work in another Boss's Orders. So, oh, whoa. Hold up. What? Oh, I think maybe. Hold on. Okay. Okay, now I know why I did this. Alright. 3 copies of Quickball. I thought I had 4 in here, but it's only 3 copies of Quickball. And I think I know why I went down to 3. Discard a card from your hand, draw until you have, not draw until you. Oh my god. Discard a card from your hand, search your deck for a basic Pokemon, and add it to your hand. But I think I took these out because I have Level Ball in here as well. So, yeah, I took one out because I had Level Ball. 4 copies of Evolution Incense. We all know what this does by now. Alright. Four copies of Rare Candy. Rare Candy in the TCG lets you skip a stage. So you could go from Turtwig all the way up to Tortera in one go. Alright? So, just let you skip a stage. So, which is very good. And we have 4 of them in here. You're going to be using these. You're going to be using these up until you can't use them no more. Three copies of Level Ball. Yeah, this is why I took out the other Quickball. Because Level Ball can also search out all of your basic Pokemon. You know. So, you know, as it can also search out a couple of your evolutions too. Well, actually just the Cherum. I think, yeah, actually just the Cherum. So, help you find the Cherum, help you find, you know, your basics as well. So, it's still decent. Two copies of Choice Belt. Alright? When you attach this to your Pokemon's attacks do 30 more damage to Pokemon V. That includes V Max, that includes V Union, that includes V Stars as well. which makes this very, very good. You know. And all the decks moving forward will be like V-type decks. V Maxes, V Stars, etc. Two copies of Ordinary Rod. Alright. You can do either of the following, or actually both. You can put 2 Pokemon from your discard pile back into your deck, or you can put 2 basic energies back into your deck, or you could do both of these. Or you could do both of them and then shuffle them, you know, then shuffle them into your deck. So this is a way you could get back your Torteras, your Grottos, your Turtwigs, shuffle them back into your deck, and then you can search them back out. You know, you can search them back out with your item cards, or you can also get them out with the Grottos. You know, so which is very good. 1 copy of Turffield Stadium. This will let you search your deck for a Grass Evolution Pokemon and put it in your hand. You know, I want to actually add more of the stadiums, more of these stadiums to the deck, but like I said, the deck is really tight. And honestly, you really don't need it because you have so much great search in this deck anyway. Like I was saying with the what is it? The Grotals? Like with the Grotals, you can search for evolutions with the Grotals. And also with Evolution Incense. So you have many different ways to search out your evolutions. And you're not really worried about stadiums in this format, since you're a basic deck. Four copies of Capture Energy. Alright. Attaches to your Pokemon. Search your deck for a basic Pokemon and put it right directly on your bench. Alright. Yeah, self-explanatory. Oh, this is another reason why we cut the 4th Quickball. Because this also searches out for basics. So yeah, just a note. Alright, 5 copies of Grass Energy. Alright, for your Torteras. Alright, you're mainly just going to be attacking with your Torteras in this deck. Alright. There we go. Alright guys, that is the deck. When we come back, we will do the layout. Alright guys, here is the layout. Alright, take a screenshot or copy it if you like. Test it out. Like I said in the beginning of the video, this is a testing deck. I've been testing this since, like for the past week or so. This deck is by no means perfect at all. So I will be changing this up. I will be changing counts. I will be changing some of the cards in it. I do kind of want to put maybe like 1 or 2 rescue carriers in it. Because I think that card is like really good for this deck as well. But yeah, I will be changing things with this. Try things out. Honestly, to tell you the truth, I do not like Ultra Ball in this type of deck because you don't want to be discarding too many resources. You want to keep your Grotals, you want to keep your Pokemon, you want to keep your trainers, your stuff, everything you want to be able to use all your stuff. And you don't want to discard your stuff too early before you can't use them. Because you can't get your trainers back, you can't get your boss's orders or anything back. So you really want to hold on to everything. Like, you only have 2 boss's orders, and if you discard one, or if you discard both of them, you'll have only 1 or none of them left. So yeah, you do not really want to discard anything with this deck. As much as possible. So yeah, I do not have Ultra Ball in this deck, nor will I be playing it in this deck. So, yeah. Don't get me wrong. I think Ultra Ball is very, very good with Barrel because you get to draw more cards since you're discarding cards from your hand. Your hand will have less cards. you draw more cards. But in this deck, you discard your cards, you're discarding your resources. So that's kind of contradictory. So, you know, I may definitely be changing this up, you know, to work with it a lot better and see how it goes. All right. So that is the deck and the video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, mischief managed.